So we've been sitting, I haven't been moving it.
Yeah.
And so as soon as I stand up, I know that there's that first initial step,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like a little jarring in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right word, but
Are you okay with doing it just for the name of science?
sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate putting you in pain, but
The name
just
of
to kind
science.
of freshen
Yeah.
that memory. So go ahead and stand up, take a few steps,
Okay.
kind of describe to me how it feels. Okay. You can,
So
okay, you can sit back down. And how would you rate that overall from 0 to 10 as far as discomfort or sensation or pain, whatever?
uh, it's probably like, like a four,
Okay. Okay.
4 or 5. Like the first
Okay.
one is usually, the
Yeah.
worst.
Okay. And then it
Um,
kind of,
and then yeah.
okay.
So it's like I feel a pinch when I straighten my leg all the way.
Okay.
And then like I feel it down into my foot when I start to shift my weight
Yeah.
to take that step.
Yeah.
And then when I come back around and bend my leg, that
Oh,
inside of
yeah.
my hamstring gets
Yeah.
upset.
Totally.
And so
That's,
it's like that whole cycle,
yep. Yeah.
that whole engaging step is what I felt. And
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, let's try to like cleanse the palate a little, like see if you can get your pain back down a little. If I don't know if sitting back down helps and kind of calming down and
Mhm.
talk about puppies
Seems
for a
good.
minute or something. I don't know.
Puppies, future
Yeah.
cat. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. How is it feeling now? Does it kind of calm back down after you sit back down, or is it still screaming at you?
Usually it's a nice relief when I get off of it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
is that what you're experiencing now? Is it still
Yeah,
screaming or is it down a little?
it's down a little.
Okay. Because I want to do a little exercise with you, imagining, but I don't want it to be in as much pain as when you first stepped. But as long as it's lower,
Mhm.
then what we can have you do is just closing your eyes again,
Okay.
just taking 2 or 3 breaths to just kind of get into that state, into the body, into the meditative state, opening the crown chakra. I love that. And what I want you to do is imagine doing what you just did in your mind's eye. Imagine yourself getting up, taking that first step. As you just described, you have very in detail in your mind exactly where you feel it, with which movement, how it feels. And as you imagine yourself do that, just notice any tenseness in your body in those areas, any attention to those areas, any increase in pain in those areas.
Yeah.
Yep.
When I'm thinking
Yeah.
about that crunch or whatever
Yeah.
that to my knee,
That pinch in the back.
I can feel,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is such good news, comma. It's really, really good news because remember
Okay.
that detective for the opposite?
Mhm.
Like, okay, your leg's not actually doing it, but you're feeling just that same pain, that same pinch.
Hmm.
How could that be unless your brain could create that same sensation on demand when you think about it or when you do it?
Huh.
Like it has to be mind body because your leg didn't move,
What the heck?
right? Okay, so part 2
What?
is just being like, okay, there's some madness going on, there's some magic going on.
Yeah.
Maybe things are not as they seem. Maybe this is all just these neural pathways and I'm actually healed. So now I want you to try to imagine yourself doing it without pain.
Okay.
So just in your imagination, it should be possible, right? Like in your
Yeah.
imagination, it should be possible. So
Okay.
so I want you to like smile like you were doing. Maybe you imagine like you're in the most beautiful place you can imagine, like a beach somewhere, or like you have the warm sun on your face and the wind in your hair. You know what I mean? Just kind of anything that gets you kind of a little happier, a little more hopeful. And you're just like, huh, I'm so grateful I can walk without this sensation. Wow, it feels just so smooth. I don't even remember the last time it was so easy, but now it's like just amazing. And I'm so happy that it's like this. And how does that feel if you kind of, I keep trying to tie the emotion to it too, because not
Mhm.
only just memorizing in your mind how it would look, but memorizing the emotional vibration of like, this feels amazing. This is so powerful. I love that I can do this now. I have so much gratitude because I never realized walking was something I took for granted. But now I'm like, every step is like pleasure and,
Mhm.
joy.
Yeah.
How does that go? Are you able to imagine it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I see myself on the beach
Mm-hmm.
and all the sand or whatever around me, my feet sinking in,
Mm-hmm.
um, the ground being really uneven, and I am
Mm-hmm.
jumping and
Yeah.
running.
Yeah.
I I feel my brain kind of fighting that
Yeah.
image.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, like I feel it like
Yeah.
pulling back to like
Yeah.
real like or like where I'm at right now, and it's just
Yeah.
like
You can't do it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But this you can practice. You can imagine this. You can use meditation time and imagine yourself doing these activities pain free. And that is rewiring your brain too.
Mhm.
So, what if you imagine yourself just as you are in that room right there, standing up as you just did without pain, with those same emotions of gratitude and, amazement and calm and peace. Are you able to do that in your room? Stand up and take some steps
Are you wanting me to stand up right now?
in your no in your
Oh,
imagination. Can you
okay. I
imagine
was
that?
like, yeah,
You
yeah.
can do that. Imagine yourself right there.
Mhm,
And the steps, you're able to imagine them without pain.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
And you're imagining what emotion? What is your favorite one?
Joy, like,
Joy. Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I would run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it feel like there's resistance there? Like you're like, oh, I wish I had this, or does it feel fun to imagine it?
It feels fun to imagine
Okay,
it.
good, good.
It feels good to
Yes,
imagine. Yeah.
yes. As long as you're in that, good feeling, you're
Mhm,
not like scarcity about, oh, I wish I could do it, but you're just like feeling good about it. That will rewire your brain. It
mm.
really will.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So awesome.
Yeah, this is crazy.
It is crazy. It's
Yeah.
literally so crazy how powerful the brain is and
Yeah.
how little we realize it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
do you want to try standing up and just see? I mean,
Yeah.
it's probably
Yeah.
not going to be a zero. I mean, sometimes people it takes their pain away, but even if it's less, that would be amazing, right? It'd
It's
be
gonna
fun.
be a zero. It's gonna be a zero, Betsy.
It's going to be a zero. I mean, that's possible. You're pretty amazing, so I wouldn't doubt it. If anyone could do it, it would be you.
No way. It's like a one. It's like
Huh?
it's like
Right? That was after practicing like 3 minutes.
dude, and it it doesn't feel as tight.
Isn't that crazy? That
I
doesn't
don't
even make sense, right? It's like
I
your
don't feel that
brain's neural
pinch.
pathways already rewired to be like, oh, it's not so bad.
What the heck? I literally what is happening? Uh what the heck? What the heck? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
That
speaks for itself, doesn't it?
that was weird. The fact that I had like the before and after.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just felt the pinch like 2 seconds
yeah,
ago,
yeah,
and like I was pushing down, and I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie, like when you told me to stand up, I was hesitant. It's like, oh shoot, like
yeah, yeah,
I didn't want to leave that like good feeling that I had.
yeah,
And I stood up, and I was like, wait a, that seems fine. And then I straightened my leg, like I was
yeah,
pushing into it, and I was like,
yeah.
what's happening?
So
Okay,
crazy. It's neural pathways. So they can switch on, they can switch off.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's madness. That is madness. Why is this not taught in schools? Why is this not
How I know.
in knowledge? Like, holy cow.
It's like seriously the best news possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a lot of hope for you, dear. I think you're gonna be fine.